conducted a research entitled ComFiM, a game for multitouch devices to encourage communication between people with autism. First of all, we'll talk a little bit about autism. Children that have autism usually represent impairments in skill related to three main areas. They are social interaction, communication, repetitive and restricted behavior, and interests. Also, these people, 50% of these people present problems in developing any kind of functional language. And moreover, those who develop usually have impairments to use it effectively to interact socially, to share information, and to synchronize or maintain dialogues. So we can see that to develop skills related to communication is difficult for these children. And knowing that, we would like to propose and develop a game to encourage communication among these children as an interactive process. We also would like to assess the contribution of the game, called ComFiM, generate communicative situations among these children, and we would like to work with children with a severe degree of autism. Now I'll talk a little bit about our research methodology. We choose to work with TV as a common place for the players, in which the game would be presented, and the player would communicate to each other through tablets. We choose to work with tablets because people with a severe degree of autism usually doesn't even talk. So using this kind of technology with some strategy that I will present after, these children could play the game too. Our development process comprehended 4 steps. The first one was the requirement analysis, in which we gathered some needs of these people that would like to access. The prototyping step, in which we, based on this requirement, we built some prototypes to be evaluated by the specialists in the next step. With this evaluation, if some changes were needed, we performed it. And then we have the tests itself, which comprehended the test of some approach that we would like to use with this children, and the case study itself. These were a cyclical process during the development of the game. We evaluated the intentions of communications using a protocol developed by Marisa Suplino, which is a specialist in autism of the Institute Sullivan, that divide the intentions of communications in some categories, as to look, to talk, to complain, to celebrate, to smile, to love, and to indicate. To build the game, we had to take some design decisions. Some of them was to use simple interfaces without much visual stimulus, so the children could have a greater chance to concentrate in the game and could not distract. Guided interface, which means that we had a small set of answers among which the children should choose the correct one. The use of real images, which provides a greater chance of them to recognize these images. The use of a tutor. The game uses a tutor to guide the user through the game, and this tutor also presents the tasks that need to be accomplished in the game. The communication based on the PACS. PACS is an abbreviation for Picture Exchange Communication Systems, and this is a system specially developed for children with impairments in communications, and through it one can communicate with someone else, form phrases choosing an action and an object. So if I want some help, for example, I could form a phrase selecting an action. A card represents the action I want, and a card represents the object help. And then lastly, we would like to provide a customized environment. So for each child, we could select the use of sound, the level of details in each level of the game, the use of the tutor or not, the use of text or just images, and other things. Now I'll talk about the game itself. The game has a scenario farm in which some tasks must be performed, and we choose to work just with 2 concepts, I want and I give. And this was due to a recommendation of a specialist that said that this would be already a challenge for children with a severe degree of autism. The game has 3 levels. The first one is the learning level, which is an individual level, and the tutor is here a communication partner. So this tutor presents some tasks that should be performed, and in some terms the child has to ask for some item to accomplish the task, and in another term he had to give some object to the tutor to accomplish. So we work with the concept I want and I give you, verbose by turn. The second level, the ask and receive, which is a collaborative level. The tutor here is a mediator of the communication between these players, and each player plays a role that changes per turn. So, by turn, one child has to accomplish a task. And to accomplish this task, he should ask for some objects to the other player, and the other player has to give this object to the first player. And this will reverse by turn also. Then we have the collaboration level. That is very similar to the previous one, but now they have to accomplish the task jointly. So each player plays all possible roles per turn. And to accomplish this task jointly, in the same turn, they have to ask for the help of the partner, asking for some object, and then giving the object for the partner. Here we have the screen of the TV, which contains the tutor, the text here with all configurations, and the items that could be chosen. And here is the tablet screen with the actions and the object that could be chosen, with some options to listen to the phrase. So children that cannot talk could play the game. Our case study, we're talking with 4 children. 2 of them were non-verbal, 2 of them were verbal, and 1 of them literate. The test sessions were carried out for 9 weeks, and each session comprehended various essays. Each session had a therapist assist the children, and each essay had a duration from 5 to 10 minutes. For the level 1, we had as goal to identify how the children conceive the message sent by the tutor, to identify how the children do with the technology, and to identify the existing collaborative relationship between the children and the tutor. We could see that all children completed the level full control of the tablet, so the use of this kind of technology was not a problem. The player A showed some difficulty sharing attention between the tablet and the TV, and this was expected because these children have some difficulty in sharing attention, so we had a therapist for help there in this case. B acquired with vocabulary. We observed a great interest in the technology, so besides there were no problem using this technology, we could see that the children was very motivated to use the technology. And the younger children present impatient in interacting with the game. We see that they seem to want more faster interaction. The level 2 and 3, as I mentioned, is very similar, so they have the same goals, which were to identify how the children adapt to the new level, identify how each player understands the role of the tutor as a mediator and of his partner as a collaborator, and to identify communication tensions of each player to motivate the partner and to achieve the goal of the game. We could see that some children had initial difficulty in identifying that his partner was no longer the tutor, but this was also expected because they was playing another level and they would have to learn how to play this level. Others had some difficulty differentiating when they should play each role. We have a specific player that could always choose the correct object, but presents difficulty in choosing the correct action. So we had to work with this, teaching these concepts to him. And we observed different intentions of communications. Like this figure shows, to help, to look, to the partner. In the level 3, we noticed that A B had some difficulty to understand that in the same turn they should play each role and perform the task jointly. And again, the help of the therapist was essential. And it was observed increasing the amount of intentions communications. Here you see the total intentions of communications. We was able to see 14 intentions of communications. The first ones were discrete intentions of communications, like look to the partner and to smile. But we wanted to achieve some expressive intentions of communications too, like to talk, to encourage the partner, to answer verbally the tasks, to celebrate, and so on. Here we have the intentions of communications by level. We can see that the level 2 and 3 presents more intentions of communications than the level 1. And this was interesting because if you look at the literature, there are some fear using technology like tablets and computers with this kind of children because this could isolate them more. But we could see that this didn't happen in our case. So I thought that aligning this use of the technology with some appropriate strategy to provide a collaborative environment could provide an environment to develop this kind of skill among these children. So as conclusions, we notice that ComFiM allowed the generation of a considerable set of communicative situations. We could see 14 different stages of communications. The children were able to understand different roles presented in a simple communication. We worked with 2 concepts and they were able to learn how to use these concepts. The game showed that tablets can be used to encourage communicative activities. So as I mentioned before, using this technology with the appropriate strategy can provide a good environment to develop these skills between children with autism. And we also know that some changes could be made to provide a better environment to work the communications between these children, like to provide a faster interaction for the younger children using shorter phrases, for example. And the thing that I didn't mention here but was essential was the working together with a specialist. And this is what I had to present here.